Drag and theatre truly go hand in hand. The campness in both are part of the brand. This Christmas sees Miz Cracker from RuPaul's Drag Race grace our stages with padded and a beated face. Whose holiday follows Miss Cindy Lou Who after meeting the Grinch when she was just 2. Now she's grown up, vodka in her cup, and we get to see how her life truly went tits up. What did I think of this magical show? Did it make this critic's heart grow? Or did it make me feel sour and awful inside? Well, better get started, strap in for the ride. But before we start with this whole video, I have a message for those who don't know. My name is Ellie and theatre I do talk. I make reviews and discussions and all that other schlock. But if, like me, you like that too, subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Am I going too extra with this review? You're already so sick and tired of this rhyming, aren't you? Well, I hope the work on this intro is appreciated. Honestly, I might be a little frustrated. But I'm done with that. We're not doing this review fully in rhyme. I did you an intro and that's what we're going with, okay? Okay? Look, I have things to do. I have places to be. And also the long pause between every time I had to say one of these rhymes, this editing process would have taken me 3 months, okay? So, as mentioned, Whose holiday follows Cindy Lou Who. She is down on her luck, she's had a rough time of it, and now she is living in a trailer just outside of Whoville. She's been rejected, she's waiting for holiday guests to show up, and they cancel one by one. It's a conceit that isn't completely new. We've seen this kind of idea of taking a story of someone who's quite young and innocent and twisting it in a way. And I feel like, despite that, this is a good and a fun little play. That rhymed. I rhymed. That was accidental. That was accidental. I think what helps this show is that it does have a very funny script. There's a lot of playing with the rhymes, there's a lot of jokes where you know what's coming because of how that they've set it up and they kind of pull it out from underneath you at the last second. I think it's a very humorous and quippy script. And there's a lot of like ideas and concepts within there that I think play with the original story in a very fun way. Adding in these kind of adult ideas and themes to poke fun at the story of the Grinch itself. I do think there is one downside, however, to this style and the rhyming scheme of the show, and that is I feel like in places it doesn't really afford that playing around that can be often found in a show like this. This show features a little bit of audience participation. In the performance that I saw, my friend Mickey Jo Theatre was pulled up on stage and was grilled. And it's a very fun element of the show. They make fun of this one audience member a lot, and honestly there is a lot you can make fun of Mickey for, let's be honest. Mickey, if you're watching this, love, I love you. But I feel like the downside of this came from the fact that there wasn't really much that they could do with the very specific questions that we were asking the audience, because it was written in a way so that they can't really adjust it. And because the show is written in a very tight rhyming scheme, unless Miz Cracker is feeling very clever and very quick on a rhyme, she can't really make something up. You could see in places where she was playing with a different audience member, where she was trying to think of something and couldn't really come up with something in the moment. I feel like if there wasn't audience participation in the show, I wouldn't really feel like this would be much of a criticism. But because it's baked in, because they put it in different places in the show, it kind of feels like, wow, you're only giving us half of it. You're only giving us a little taste of it, where we want a little bit more. We want you to play with it. And only like it would take a very talented, like even more talented than someone like Miz Cracker. And don't get me twisted, Miz Cracker, she is talented. But it takes a very quick, and someone who's probably a writer themselves, to think of a rhyme that quickly. It's like Mickey mentioned that they're a teacher, Mickey mentioned that, and then the entire joke in the rest of the show is that Mickey is dumb. However, Mickey has showed that they are a teacher, they know the meaning of words, so the joke and the punchline there doesn't work as well, because of just how you've naturally baked in this audience participation. On the whole, I think the script is strong, and I think it has its strongest moments in its comedy. But yeah, I do wonder if the audience participation is needed or not. But I think what holds the show together, the strongest element of this show, is Miz Cracker herself. She is on stage the entire show, the entire runtime, the 60-minute show, and everything is on her. All eyes are on her. I think she plays this adult Cindy Lou Who very well. I think Miz Cracker's typical drag aesthetic actually fits into this, because Miz Cracker is very much known for like the big blonde wigs and their pink outfits. I feel like out of, you know, the different drag queens that we have in both the US and the UK, this was a very good pick, and she's a very good casting choice for this show. I think her delivery is very strong. She's very interesting and engaging. You can tell how much fun she is having on that stage, playing around and making these jokes, and she's having as much fun with these punchlines and the rhyming as the writer probably had when they're writing, and how much fun we're having as an audience, waiting and knowing what the rhyme's going to be and going, we're waiting for it, there you go, there, she said it. Cracker has a very strong presence, and when you're doing a one-person show, that is one of the most important things. You need that stage presence. You need that ability to just talk and talk and talk and keep those audience members' eyes on you, and I think Cracker has that to a T. I also really like how they've reimagined this as a drag character. If you don't know the history of this show did premiere in America. It is an American show. But this is the first time, to my knowledge, because I think it was originally done by Leslie Margarita. It was filmed and it was streamed online. So it does have a history, but typically this show has been done by a female performer. It's really nice to see it done with this drag twist, because I feel like with a show that's so over the top and silly and goofy and plays around with this theme and this kind of larger than life character, having a drag queen play this is great, because drag is all about making things larger than life, making things comical and silly and goofy and fun. So having Miz Cracker play this adult Cindy Lou Who really helps with that and really gives this show a new edge. It does feel at times like it was written for a drag queen. It feels so effortless that it feels like this was how it was designed. I think what surprised me the most about this show is it actually has a very strong heart to it. It's a very goofy and silly show, and most of it's just poking fun at the Grinch and some of the ideas and like the innocence being broken, but it actually has quite a profound ending. An ending that doesn't really end up feeling cheap or unearned. Was it expected? Yes, a little bit. I could see it coming in places. It's not the smartest thing, but the way that they play it and the sincerity that Miz Cracker gave to the moment, I feel like actually made it feel quite warm and engaging and really sweet. And like the moral of the story and like the ideas of Christmas and the themes are really baked into the show quite well. I think overall, Whose Holiday is a short but sweet show. If you're a fan of drag, I think there's something to enjoy here. I came out of this show and I felt good. I had a good time. It was a silly, goofy show and I was having an awful week. And what I really needed in that moment was just something light and fun and camp. And that's what this show is. Is it the most profound show in the world? No. Is it the most amazing thing in the world? No. But I feel like if you are wanting something silly and goofy and camp and something with just a little bit of heart, then this is a great show to start with. This is a great show to go see. It's a show that knows exactly what it is. It's a short little romp starring Miz Cracker. If you are a fan of drag, I think there's something to love here. If you're a fan of the Grinch and you want to see it twisted, I think this is probably one of the strongest versions of that conceit that you will see. If you're expecting like the best written show in the world, the most gritty piece of theatre, this isn't it. But I feel like there's times when you need something that's just going to lift you up. That's just, you know, a nice thing that you can laugh at. And for a festive show, I think Whose Holiday is perfect for that. But what do you think? Have you seen any version of Whose Holiday? Let me know all your thoughts about the show in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribing. It really helps me out help out the channel. There's some links to some other videos on the stream right now, but that's it for me today, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye.